Hello, I wanted to do a short video on one of my favorite libraries in React Native. It's called Yup. So we're going to use it with Formic. If you don't know what Formic is, we used Formic in a previous video. So if you saw part 2 of my Firebase series, we created a login form here with authentication, and we have validation here. But now we're going to replace this with Yup. So we have email, password, and we have a display name, right? So if we go to Google, you can see that we have the Yup documentation here. So you can see that it's a object schema validator for JavaScript. So you can validate strings, numbers, booleans, dates, arrays, and you can have a mixed form here too. So let's go see how we install this. We just do npm install -s yup. I've already done this in my app here to save some time. You can see Yup is here. So let's go to our auth form. Let's import Yup. I'm just going to import everything, and we do it like this. I'm just copy and pasting this from the documentation. And now we can go down here to our with Formic component here. Now we want to use a property called validate schema instead of validate. So let's comment this out for now. We're only going to use the props here, because the values are already mapped to these here. So we can do props, and then we do yup.object and .shape. This is the standard form that you would use for Yup. And then email, all we do is use Yup and then string, which is a function, and then email. So it checks to see if it's a string, an email, and then we're going to say that this is required, and that's it. So this entire block here was replaced with this right here, which is a big improvement. So, and then we can do password, and then yup.string. And here we want to set the minimum to 10, because if you can see here, we say password length less than 10. For Yup, we just say .min 10. That's it. And then we do .required. And then for display name here, you see we have a condition that says props.auth mode equals sign up. Then we actually try to check the validation here. In this case, all we need to do is we have our props, right? So we can say props.auth mode, and we're going to use a ternary operation, and we say if it's equal to sign up, then we do our validation, which is yup.string. And for our display name here, we have length less than 5, so we do min 5, and then we can do .required. Okay, and then if that's not true, then we can just do null, which means that there won't be any validation for display name. So let's save this. And now if we check our form again, press login. So the good thing about Yup too is that the error messages are built in by default. So Yup is very powerful. It has a lot of stuff built in for you that you might do on your own. So maybe you might want to rename this to be something that isn't camel case, because this looks like it's from your code, which you don't want to display to your user. And you can see this password here. So this message also gets displayed for your min requirement here. So your required and your min field have different error messages built into Yup. So as you can see here, we still have an error for create account for the display name. So let's go back to login and see if we can still log in. And as you can see, we can still log in here. So this is basically the same thing as all this here. So yeah, this is how you validate a form with Yup. I highly encourage using it if you're using forms in your app. We'll be using this in the future with our Firebase series. So I wanted to get this out of the way now. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thank you. Bye.